Can we have an honest conversation about blouses? Because most of us have been there. You pull something on that looked perfect on the hanger, and something in the mirror just doesn't feel right. And here's what I've learned. It's almost never your body that's the problem. It's the cut. It's the fabric weight. It's where the neckline sits. These are things you can actually change. Today we're going through 7 blouse styles that are working against our bodies after 60. And before we finish, I'm giving you a simple 3-second test you can use in any fitting room to know instantly whether a blouse is working for you. Plus real stores and real search terms for every alternative, whether you're shopping in the US or the UK. Let's get into it. After 60, our bodies have genuinely changed. Our shoulders sit differently. Our back has shifted. Our proportions have moved. A blouse that felt flattering 10 years ago may now be doing something very different. Not because you've changed for the worse, because the visual relationship between the garment and the body has shifted. I'm going to explain the optical mechanics behind each style, give you better options at every price point, and leave you with 2 things before we finish. 1 fabric label secret, and the 1 blouse silhouette that solves almost every problem on this list. My friends, the first blouse is one most of us own right now. And once you see what it's doing optically, you won't look at it the same way again. The boxy blouse. Comfortable, unrestricted, perfectly fine on the hanger. So what's actually going wrong? Your eye uses the shoulder seam as a width boundary. It reads from seam to seam and says, that is how wide this person is. On a boxy blouse, that seam drops 1, 2, sometimes 3 inches past the natural shoulder point. Your eye reads the extra fabric as your shoulder. That broad rectangular shape from shoulder to hip, that's what you look like to anyone watching. The garment is adding width that doesn't belong there. And when you move, the excess fabric at the sides catches light and shadow differently from one moment to the next. That constant shift, what stylists call a swing effect, reads as formlessness, not because your body is formless, because the fabric is performing its own shape, independent of yours. After 60, the midsection tends to fill in more. A boxy cut falls in a straight line from the widest point, with no taper. Everything inside that line reads as one undifferentiated mass. For those of us with a fuller upper back, and after 60, that is most of us, the fabric tends outward from behind, creating a cape shape rather than a fitted silhouette. Your body isn't the problem. The cut doesn't have the architecture to work with your shape. That's entirely fixable. What to look for instead? A semi-fitted blouse, shoulder seam sitting exactly on the shoulder point. Side seams angling slightly inward at the waist. Even 1 inch of taper is enough. Where to shop? US, Target Liz Claiborne, fitted blouse women, or Talbot's, fitted ponte blouse. UK, Next, tailored blouse women, filtered to exclude oversized. Or Bowden, everyday fitted shirt women. Fuller upper back. Size up 1, look for relaxed back in the product description. Before we move on, I want to give you something practical. A 3-second fitting room test. I'll walk you through all 3 steps before the end of today. The tunic. So many of us moved to tunics because they made complete sense. Comfortable, generous coverage. That instinct was completely valid. But here's what the tunic is doing to proportion. Your eye treats every hemline as a horizontal dividing line across the body. On a hip-length blouse, that line cuts cleanly across the upper hip, and your legs continue with plenty of visual space. On a tunic, the hemline drops to mid-thigh, and your eye has already used up most of the body's visual real estate on the torso. The legs visible below aren't actually short. The garment ratio has been stacked against them. After 60, the torso tends to lengthen relative to the legs, postural changes, slight hip narrowing, weight redistribution. A tunic, which already emphasizes the torso, lands on a body where that zone has already become more prominent. The 2 things compound each other. If you're petite, under 5'4", the standard tunic creates a drowning effect. The garment overwhelms the body's vertical space. For average and taller frames, a hip-length tunic with side slits can sometimes work. The slits break the horizontal hemline. A thigh-length tunic cuts proportion badly at any height. The alternative, a hip-length blouse, same coverage, completely different visual result. Where to shop? US, Chico's, hip-length woven top, or Eileen Fisher, straight blouse organic linen. UK, Bon Marché, hip-length shirt women, or Phase 8, fitted blouse woven, petite tip. Look for styles labeled short or petite length. The one blouse silhouette I'm saving for later solves this proportion problem entirely. Keep that in mind. A sheer blouse is genuinely elegant. And I want to be clear, we are not here to say you can't wear sheer. The sheer blouse absolutely works, in one specific approach. Here's where it stops working. The problem happens in motion, not at rest. When you move, the transparency shifts. The fabric oscillates between revealing and concealing. Your eye cannot stop trying to resolve that question. Is this intentional? Is it accidental? That question firing repeatedly as you move through a room creates visual noise. It's not the sheerness itself, it's the unresolved question of what's underneath. And when a bra back is visible through sheer fabric, it creates an unintended horizontal stripe across the upper back that draws the eye and holds it there. There's a neurological reason for this. Your brain keeps re-engaging with an unresolved visual problem. Give the brain the answer it needs, and the noise disappears. 3 approaches that solve this completely. 1. Lined sheer. The lining answers the opacity question entirely. 2. Intentional cami layering. The cami underneath is the look, clearly deliberate. 3. Sheer as accent only. Opaque body, sheer only at the sleeves or collar, decorative, not structural. This connects to the fabric label secret I mentioned. The full guide is coming before we finish. Where to shop? US, Talbots, lined woven blouse, or Nordstrom Rack, lined chiffon blouse. UK, John Lewis, lined blouse women. For cami layer, search blouse with built-in cami. Matching sets avoid color mismatch. Fitting room tip. Move your arms. If the bra back becomes visible during movement, rather than just at rest, you're dealing with the noise problem. We've been through 3 blouses now. Before we go further, I want to take a moment. If any of those 3 blouses are hanging in your wardrobe right now, that says nothing about your taste, nothing about your judgment. None of us were taught the visual mechanics. We learned to dress from magazines and advertising that were never designed with our bodies in mind. Drop a comment below. Which of these 3 has been your go-to? I read every single one, and I'd be willing to bet you'll see your answer in the comments from women all over the world. I still owe you that fabric label secret and the fitting room test. Both are coming. Right now, let's talk about the zone that matters most, the neckline. Of all the things we're covering today, this one sits closest to your face. And that matters more than almost anything else when it comes to how an outfit reads. Ruffles, bows, heavy gathering, dense embellishment at the neckline. These details are often beautiful, but here's what they're doing. Your eye is drawn automatically to visual complexity. It's not a choice, it's how perception works. When ruffles or gathered fabric sit at the neckline, they create what we call a concentration zone. The eye goes there and keeps returning. At most points on an outfit that's simply interesting. At the neckline, it places sustained attention on the face and throat area, exactly the zone where many of us feel least confident after 60, as skin texture shifts and the jaw softens slightly. And gathered fabric at the neckline adds visual volume at the throat, creating compression between the jaw and shoulder. The jaw appears heavier, the neck appears shorter. The neckline's only job is to frame your face, a clean frame that says, "Look here." A ruffled neckline competes with your face instead of serving it. What works? A V-neck draws the eye upward and inward, creating a visual pathway to the face. A scoop neck frames the collarbone. An open collar gives the face space to breathe. You deserve a neckline that does its job beautifully. Your face is the most interesting thing about you. Where to shop? US, Macy's INC, V-neck blouse women, or Eileen Fisher, V-neck blouse silk blend. UK, M&S per una, V-neck woven blouse, search and filter per una for around 12 options under £45, or Hobbs London, V-neck blouse women. V-depth note, look for V-necks ending at or just above the collarbone. That's the face framing position. Now, I've owed you this since the beginning. The fabric label secret. Look for these words on any label. Crepe, falls softly, never fights the body. Georgette, lightweight drape, moves beautifully. Jersey blend, stretch and drape together, the most forgiving option. Viscose or lyocell, fluid, follows your body's line rather than holding its own shape. Step away from. Cotton poplin, stiff, holds its own silhouette. Structured woven, same issue. Heavy twill, the fabric always wins the fight with your body, and that fight shows. That knowledge works for every blouse in your wardrobe. It travels with you. That neckline is part of the universal silhouette I'm building toward. It's coming together. And the next one? This is the one that surprises everyone, because there's nothing obviously wrong with it. The harmless one. Looks completely fine. Not boxy, not fussy, not sheer. Just a regular top. And yet, the hem is doing something specific most women haven't been told about. When a blouse hem ends at the natural waist, your eye stops right there and reads everything above as the primary shape. The full midsection, fully framed, we call this the stop sign effect. For those of us who've discovered high-waisted trousers, which genuinely work, a too-short blouse creates a gap at the waistband that breaks the vertical line the high-waisted trouser was designed to create. Two garments working in opposite directions. After 60, the midsection carries more weight. That's a design parameter, not a problem. You have complete permission to stop trying to make the too-short blouse work with high-waisted trousers. It is not a you problem. The two garments are architecturally incompatible. What you deserve instead: a hem at the upper hip, 4 to 6 inches below the natural waist. It passes over the widest part of the midsection before releasing the body. The midsection is neither hidden nor highlighted, simply moved past. Where to shop? US, Chico's, woven blouse or print blouse women, or J. Jill pure Jill, longer length woven. UK, next, longer length blouse women, or Bowden, long line blouse women. Length guide. Look for approximately 27 to 29 inches from shoulder to hem in product descriptions. That's your filter. Prefer to tuck? Search blouse tuck friendly for styles that tuck cleanly without bulk. The universal silhouette I'm saving for later has its hem landing exactly in that upper hip zone. And that's the second of the 3 mirror test questions. Does the hem fall past your widest midsection point? The full test is coming. This one is something you feel before you understand it. The size is right, the buttons close, and yet within 20 minutes, something is off. It feels like you and the garment are having an argument you didn't start. Here's what's happening. A rigid fabric holds its own prescribed silhouette, not your body's. You sit, reach, turn. Every time you move, the fabric reveals a gap between what it intends and what your body is actually doing. Buttons pull slightly, the hem lifts, not because the blouse doesn't fit, it does, but because the fabric's structural ambition and the body's natural movement are two different things. This is the movement gap. The garment performs one silhouette, the body inhabits another. What you're seeing in the mirror isn't a body that doesn't fit the blouse. It's a blouse that refuses to accommodate the body. After 60, our bodies are softer, muscle tone changes, skin texture changes. This is universal. It is not a problem, it is not a flaw, it is physics. A soft body needs fabric that moves with it. A woman in our community described this perfectly. She said it felt like the blouse was wearing her, not the other way around. I knew exactly what she meant, and I think you do too. Fabrics that work: viscose, modal, crepe, jersey blend, soft linen. They drape rather than stand. They move as you move. Where to shop? US, Target Knox Rose, Modal Blouse Women, or Eileen Fisher. The entire brand is built on fluid, body-cooperative fabric. UK, next, Jersey Blouse Women, or Toast, Drape Blouse Women. Search terms that work: viscose, modal, crepe, jersey blend. terms to move past: poplin, structured woven, twill. Now, I promised you something from the very beginning. The one blouse silhouette that works for almost every body shape after 60. Here it is, a fluid V-neck or open collar blouse, so the neckline frames the face. Slightly fitted at the shoulder seam, sitting exactly on the shoulder point, so the width reads correctly. A drapey, body cooperative fabric, crepe, viscose, jersey blend, and a hem that falls at the upper hip, so the eye passes over the midsection gradually, without stopping. 4 things. That's the template. Every blouse we've looked at today violated at least one of these 4. This one solves all of them simultaneously. The shortcut: search viscose V-neck blouse women or crepe open collar blouse women at any retailer. That combination alone surfaces options hitting all 4 criteria at once. The third mirror test question is about exactly this. What happens when the fabric moves? The full test is coming before the end. I've saved the last one for something different. The first 6 blouses were about visual mechanics and fabric science. This one is about something else entirely. It's about who you are, not about a cut, not about a fabric. This one is about a choice so quiet, most of us don't even register we're making it. The beige uniform. The blouse we reach for because it disappears, because we've somewhere along the way absorbed the message that disappearing is the right thing to do after 60. This one doesn't age your face, it does something quieter than that. It makes you invisible. The most limiting thing any of us can wear after 60 is not a wrong neckline or a too short hem. It is the decision to stop being seen. Here's something worth knowing. After 60, when hair lightens to gray, white, or silver, the natural contrast between hair and face changes. Darker hair creates definition and draws the eye upward. When that contrast reduces, the face needs something else to provide it. Color near the face does this. Not bold, not dramatic, just present. A jewel tone, a soft print. One color that isn't a match to your hair or your skin. That contrast is what makes your face read with clarity and warmth. After 60, color near the face becomes more important, not less. The only style principle that matters after 60. Wear what makes you feel like yourself. Everything in this video has been in service of that. Not more rules, but more tools. And right now, I want to give you explicit permission to put something colorful back in your wardrobe. You don't have to go bold. You just have to not disappear. Where to shop? US, Chico's for a wide color range calibrated for mature skin tones, or Veronica Beard for investment pieces. UK, Bon Marché, printed blouse women, or Boden, print blouse women. Search jewel tone blouse women, or soft print blouse women. You don't need the whole blouse in color, a print near the collar, a single pop of color in a classic cut. That's enough. Your style is yours, it always has been, and it only gets richer. 2 things still to give you before we finish: the fitting room test, and something about what you've actually learned today. You came into this video knowing something wasn't working. You're leaving knowing exactly why. The visual science, the fabric intelligence, the proportion logic, and what's underneath all of it. The fitting room test. Roll your shoulders back once. Check the shoulder seam. Is it sitting on your actual shoulder point or drooping past it? Check the hem. Does it fall past the widest part of your midsection or stop right at it? And look at the neckline. Is it framing your face or competing with it? 3 questions. 15 seconds. That's yours now. Now, blouses are only one piece. Women who get this right and still feel something is off? It's usually the trouser. Next, I'm going through the trouser styles, creating the most visual confusion after 60, and the exact cuts that solve it. That video is right here.